returned to the court in Game 1, he couldn't do anything to stop the Suns' backcourt as CP3 and Devin Booker combined for 59 points to keep Phoenix's momentum rolling in the desert. We're now joined by Fox Sports NBA analyst Steven Jackson. Steven, thank you for making the time for us. Who wins Game 2?
How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. It's hard to tell, but I have to go with Phoenix, man. The way they played and dominated last game, I don't just see them coming and I don't see Milwaukee getting all the calls. Obviously, if they make a better adjustment on defense with keeping Chris Paul to his left and try to stop him from getting to his right and making all these shots and making all these plays that he's been doing all year. Some kind of way you have to take away what they do best. And Milwaukee did a terrible job at making adjustments doing defense. Drew Holiday didn't guard Chris Paul that much. They need to kind of keep him on him. Stop just switching on screens for the hell of it. Make sure it's a screen that forces you to switch. Don't just switch for nothing. They have to be a more aggressive team, and they have to play with more of a sense of urgency. Phoenix showed like they was the better team. And I really don't see that changing too much because Bud is kind of stubborn on the way he plays his defense. He don't really listen to his players too much. When I was with San Antonio, he wasn't the defensive guy. Mike Brown was. So Bud has to listen to his players, and hopefully that can help them on defense.
I agree with you. The thing that I love about the Suns is they do what they do. They're going to let their three big guys eat, and then we'll find roles for everybody else. But Brook, CP3, and DeAndre Ayton is going to eat. And I don't like the way. I just think the Bucks play dumb basketball because they're a jump shooting team and they're crying about fouls. Stack. If you look at it, Middleton, 26 shots, doesn't get to the free throw line. The only guy that gets to the free throw line is Giannis because he's the only guy that's continuously putting his head down. Now, that has a lot to do because he doesn't shoot the ball well from outside, but he's the only guy that's continuously putting his head down, trying to get to the foul line. I don't believe the Suns. They won the first game by 13. I don't believe the Suns are 13-point better than the Bucks, but I also don't believe that Giannis is going to only take 11 shots. Giannis cannot take the fourth most shots on his own team. That cannot happen. He can't allow Middleton to double him up on shots. He can't allow Holiday to have more shots, Lopez to have more shots. He will get somewhere between 20 and 25 points. Would I be surprised if he goes somewhere between get 35 and 15? I would not, but I still don't believe it's going to be enough. And I said this the other day, Stacks. I believe you should put Holiday on Chris Paul because I don't believe Tucker is quick enough foot-wise to keep him from getting where he wants to be. Put Holiday on Chris Paul. And I get you don't want Middleton chasing Book around all those screens, but you got to make a choice because he was close out Chris in Game 1. You let him get 30 points, you're not beating them because Devin Booker is going to get somewhere between 25 and 30, and Ayton is going to live at the rim and get me another 20 and 15. So I'm taking the Suns tonight because I don't believe the Bucks makes the proper adjustments and they don't play like they should play, which is inside out instead of outside in.
I cannot tell you how much I would love to disagree with both of you, and I can't. I cannot tell you how much I hope the Bucks can make this a series, but I can't see that happening. The Suns are just rising. The Suns are just rolling. Chris Paul is playing the greatest basketball of his life, especially as a scorer. I've never seen Chris Paul like this. You call him closeout Chris. He's like, suddenly he's Jordan-esque. He's got a mid-range that's just unstoppable. Nobody can even bother that shot. He's 6 feet tall, and he shoots a mid-range like Kareem shoots skyhooks.
Because he's elevating on the skip. They keep letting him get to his right hand.
Well, he's not elevating. He's losing them to the right or losing them to the left. And the point is, I look at what happened in Game 1. Wait a second. Phoenix at home got outshot from 3 by 5, right? Phoenix at home got out-rebounded 47-43. Well, is that going to happen tonight? No, it's not going to happen tonight because Devin Booker's not going to go 1 for 8 from 3 tonight. Jay Crowder's not going to go 0 for 5 from 3 tonight. Yet they still won Game 1 by 13. I just think they're just going to roll tonight, and I think they'll win by 15
you
at
think
least.
the Suns are 13 points better than the Bucks?
Yep, I do.
I don't. But I believe the Bucks. See, the Bucks. I believe the Bucks are going to always out-rebound them. The Bucks are a big team, Skip. You look at Lopez, you look at Giannis, you look at Middleton, you look at Portis. They got 4 guys right there that's 6'7", 6'8" above. They got 3 guys that's 6'10" above. So they're going to get the boards.
Ayton went 22 and 19. Go ahead.
They got to find a way to They got to find a way to be more physical. Milwaukee has to be more physical. They have to be the hit first team. They can pull this game off. Anything can happen, but they got to go out there and show some sense of urgency. They got to be way more physical. Middleton has to attack the rack and stop shooting jumpers. Giannis. You know what? I can't really tell him to do more because I'm just happy he's out there after the injury he had. I got a lot of respect for him for coming back and play after the injury he had to be out there for game one. But he did his part, and we know he's gonna play better. But at the same time, Brook Lopez has to play bigger. PJ Tucker needs to be on Devin Booker so he can beat him up and just hack him all night. And they got to make this game dirty. They got to make this game way more physical for them to win.
But Stack, you have to understand, they're a big team, but they're a big finesse team. That's why they do all that jump shooting. They don't beat you up. They're not physical like that. They're not trying to play inside out. They play outside in. The only guy that's trying to get down there and continuously get bumped and knocked around is Giannis. Look at Lopez. Lopez is 7-1, and he out there around the three-point line like he's Steph Curry or Dame Lillard. Holiday, I don't know what happened to Holiday in this postseason. He's shooting less than 29% from three. Giannis is shooting less than 20% from three. Middleton is less than 35% from three. Your three best players shooting that poorly from the three-point line, I don't know how you win a ball game when you predicate yourself on shooting the three. Now, if you played inside out, okay, Giannis go get you 40. Middleton draw these fouls, Holiday, but they want to jack up threes. So I don't see them beating the Suns tonight, but I believe it'll be a different story when they get back to Milwaukee.
What happened to Middleton?
Lopez got to run the floor.
Go ahead, Steven. Yeah, go ahead.
Lopez got to run the floor and seal like he be doing. Every time Lopez run the floor and get down to that paint and seal, he get easy buckets. He got to start doing that instead of running to the three. He has to use his size.
No, he want to play like he's 6'1". But I get, Stacks, I give him credit now. He saw where the game was heading because he used to be basically a back to the basket player. But he saw where the game was heading is that it was going towards the three-point line. And he evolved. He probably stayed a lot longer than he would have had he just been an Andre Drummond type of a player because those guys are becoming kind of like obsolete. Now, he still has value, but you look at the big guys that can shoot the three. Look at Yoke. Look at Joel Embiid. Look at the ADs. Look at the bigs that can go out beyond the three-point line. They're different.
What happened in Game 5 versus the Atlanta Hawks? What did Brook do?
He went down to the basket.
Thank you. And he made 14 out of 18 shots, and he blocked 4 shots in that game.
But Skip, if he's down in the basket, what you going to do? So if his back to the basket, what you going to do with Giannis? He can't hang out by the three.
Giannis didn't play in Game 5.
Exactly. But so you don't want him to play.
Giannis didn't play in Game 6, and Brook had 4 more blocks.
He wants Giannis to sit out Game 2 because he believes the Bucks play better without Giannis.
Well, we saw it before your very eyes. But Giannis is going to play because Giannis sucks it up, and he has no shame. He's never shamed by missing a free throw.
Well, first of all, hold on. I've had a hyperextended knee. He missed about, with no structural damage, he missed about the amount of time you should have missed with a hyperextended knee. Now, let's not get this thing torn like he tore a meniscus or he tore a ligament and came back.
You can when you hyperextend, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he didn't. They said there was no structural damage.
I got it.
I hyperextended my knee in a game, did not practice, and played the following Sunday.
Okay.
He hyperextended his knee and basically missed a week.
Okay.
So let's not make it seem like he was Lazarus and he rose from the dead.
Well, he's back. He's in the low post, and Lopez is camped out on the three-point line.
But he been camped out by the three-point line.
Well, he has nowhere else to go.
So what you want? So you want Giannis to go out there, the best player?
By the way, Brook Lopez in the fourth quarter the other night was camped on the bench for the whole quarter
because he couldn't do nothing with that gazelle out there.
Oh, really?
Ayton.
Oh, after Brook had scored 17 through the first 3 quarters, and then he sits the whole fourth. That's just wrong.
So what are you going to do with? So you want him to guard Ayton? He'll foul him out.
Oh,
he'll foul him out in 3 quarters. He's too quick for it.
No, he would intimidate him.
They also got to do a better job on those switches. Portis can't give Chris Paul both ways to go. He's dead in the water. When you're giving a guy like Chris Paul left, right,
he's dancing on him. He's dancing on him and laying it up.
Yeah, he's just dancing on him. You can't do that. But stop switching for no reason. If the guard can get over the screen, if the guard who's guarding him can get back, let him get back. Stop switching for nothing. That kills him on dogs. Kills him on defense.
Because they believe they can switch 1 through 5. Oh, Lopez can guard Chris Paul.
Okay, so Steven, sum it up. How many points does Phoenix win by tonight?
I would say it'll be a closer game. I'll say 5 points.
5 points.
See?
Oh, I got 15.
I got 4.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, well then you should take my bet.
No.
Yeah.
I got Suns in 5.
But no, I'm going to give you the Suns tonight, and I'll give you 5.5.
No, I got the Suns.
Huh?
No,
I
no,
got the Suns.
No, I'm taking the Suns.
No,